The movie begins with police detective Danny Rourke attending therapy, where he discusses the loss of his daughter Minnie at a park. Interrupted by a call from his partner Nix, Rourke is summoned to work, and they head to the bank in Austin following an anonymous tip, along with the given box number. Staking out the bank, Rourke and Nix observe a man on a bench, joined by a woman. The man asks for a lighter, and after receiving it, comments on the hot weather before walking away. Intrigued, Rourke continues watching as the man approaches security guards and engages in conversation. Despite Nix's advice not to pursue the man, Rourke decides to follow him into the bank. Inside, Rourke informs the bank manager of his intention to open a deposit box. Meanwhile, the woman from the bench starts disrobing and walks towards the road, echoing the man's earlier words. This causes a distraction leading to an accident, capturing the attention of Nix and other officers. Rourke, however, is taken to the area where the deposit boxes are stored. The manager, unable to find his keys, leaves Rourke alone, unaware that the keys are in Rourke's possession. Meanwhile, the man, Delraine, speaks to a bank officer, uttering words that unexpectedly influence her actions. Exploiting the keys, Rourke opens deposit box 23, discovering a photograph of a girl bearing a striking resemblance to his lost daughter. The security men from outside suddenly enter the bank, firing shots into the sky, causing panic among the people inside who start running. The bank officer goes to the deposit box room where Rourke is located. He attempts to communicate with her while she is removing a box, but she remains oblivious to his presence. As he tries to get her attention, Rourke is shot by one of the security guards. The bank officer, along with the security guards, rushes out with the deposit box and loads it into an armored car. They drive into some cars, causing the vehicle to overturn. Seizing the opportunity, Delraine takes the deposit box and plants a bomb inside the overturned vehicle before making his escape. The vehicle explodes. Observing Delraine running, Rourke and some other cops pursue him. On a rooftop, Rourke confronts Delraine, showing him the picture of his daughter. Delraine checks the deposit box, only to find it empty. Employing hypnotic influence, Delraine forces the other cops to turn their guns on Rourke. Nix arrives on the scene, witnessing Delraine's actions. Delraine then hypnotizes the cops into taking their own lives before leaping from the top of the building. However, Rourke does not see Delraine's body after looking down. Rourke informs Nix that Delraine is aware of his daughter. Later, Nix contacts Rourke to share the location of the anonymous caller. Rourke rushes there to find Diana Cruz, who is working on a client. The client leaves them alone but remains outside in case Rourke causes any trouble. Unbeknownst to Rourke and Diana, Delraine approaches the man outside. While discussing Diana, sensing danger, she tries to leave the shop. Just then, her client's motorbike drives into Diana's shop, narrowly avoiding hitting them. Diana informs Rourke that the man was sent to kill them. The client reveals that Delraine won't stop and takes his own life. To ensure Diana's safety, she is placed in a police cell, despite Nix's reluctance due to their captain's orders. Diana reveals to Rourke about a program at an institution called the Division, where individuals are trained to be hypnotics. She discloses that she was part of the program, as was Delraine, who happened to be a master of hypnotics. Nix initially doubts her story until she demonstrates her control over him, convincing Rourke of its authenticity. She explains that she can't control Rourke but has attempted to do so. She then sends Nix outside for fresh air, where he encounters Delraine offering him a cigarette. As Rourke and Diana continue their conversation, the lights abruptly go out. Nix, now hypnotized by Delraine, attempts to kill Diana. Despite Rourke's efforts to intervene, he is unable to stop Nix. Diana, in self-defense, kills Nix while he tries to harm her, leaving Rourke deeply distressed at the loss of his partner. Now wanted for Nix's death, Rourke and Diana go into disguise at a bar. At the bar, Rourke confides in Diana about Delraine's knowledge of his daughter's whereabouts, surprising her. Just then, a sheriff walks into the bar, placing an order. He appears to recognize Diana and Rourke, prompting Diana to control his mind into reporting that he has spotted them at a distance from the bar. However, just as they are about to leave, they overhear Delraine telling Diana that he has found her. Outside, they spot Delraine with some cops. Rourke instructs Diana to find a way out while he distracts Delraine with his daughter's picture. Despite Diana's warning that Delraine would kill him, Rourke remains undeterred. He runs into a railway, pursued by Delraine, who attempts to use mind control on him. Almost caught, Diana arrives with a lorry, allowing them to escape. Diana notes the strength of Rourke's mind, possibly due to the trauma of losing his daughter. Encountering a roadblock on their way to Mexico, Diana uses her abilities to control a patrol officer's mind, ensuring their passage. In Mexico, they seek out one of Diana's teachers, Jeremiah, who possesses a stronger mind than Rourke. Jeremiah reveals that after Diana left, the division created a program that Delrain is now after, and Rourke's daughter's picture is a crucial part of it. As they listen to Jeremiah, they realize it's Delrain they are talking to, having used Jeremiah's body to track them. Making a run for it, Delrain shoots at them and employs mind control on Mexican people to confront them, but they manage to escape on a motorbike. As they drive away, Delrain attempts to confuse Rourke by manipulating perceptions of reality, but Diana intervenes with a reassuring conversation. Losing the motorbike, they find themselves at a dead end where the pursuing crowd converges on them but is halted by arriving cops. Delrain reappears, using mind control to make the cops point their guns at Rourke. In a surprising turn of events, Rourke manages to gain control over the cops, redirecting their weapons towards Delrain. They handcuff Delrain and take him into custody. Diana and Rourke discuss his hypnotic abilities, but Rourke claims no recollection of training for such skills. Diana insists that such actions can't be natural and implies training is involved. They decide to consult a man named River, who has access to the institution where Diana received her training. River is informed about Delrain's knowledge of Rourke's daughter and his ability to overpower the army sent by Delrain. She asks River to check if Rourke was part of the program. After checking, River does not find Rourke in the program's database, but discovers that his wife, Vivian, is listed as a division agent, leaving them surprised. Rourke confides in Diana about the time he and his wife lost their daughter. Despite Vivian being an agent, he expresses the shared pain they both experienced, acknowledging the strain it put on their marriage. During Diana's bath, Rourke receives a call from Delrain, who coldly informs him that he will never find his daughter. Rourke informs Delrain that he intends to kill him. In response, Delrain claims Rourke may believe he is stronger, but asserts that he isn't. He instructs Rourke to use the gun he has to kill Diana. Refusing, Rourke hangs up the call and throws his phone down. He then knocks on the bathroom door, calling out to Diana. When she opens the door, he has a pair of scissors in his hand, which he sticks into the wall. Sensing something amiss, Diana questions him about the call and attempts to glean information, but Rourke struggles to remember. While she checks her phone, she notices Rourke holding the scissors as if to stab her, and she manages to disarm him. Diana talks him out of the mind control, and intimacy ensues between them. Rourke is abruptly awakened from a dream about his past with his wife. He goes to River's workstation while River is asleep, attempting to access his computers. Rourke searches for information about Diana and his daughter, locating them in the division's database. Diana, now awake, approaches him. He questions her about their daughter's whereabouts, but she accuses him of hiding Minnie. Rourke realizes it's all a mind game when he suddenly finds himself in a different place, surrounded by everyone he knows, including Vivian and Nix. Accused of hiding Minnie, the strongest hypnotic ever created, and erasing his memory to prevent her location from being traced, Rourke finds himself in a perplexing situation. Rourke flees the staged area, retracing the locations from his previous encounters with Delrain. Delrain reveals they have been through this process 12 times. Diana implores Rourke to help them find Minnie, their daughter, but he adamantly refuses. Subsequently, he is taken into custody. While in custody, Diana queries Rourke about their love, and he questions its authenticity. She reassures him of her love, attempting to extract information about Minnie, who is revealed to be their daughter, not Vivian's. Rourke remains tight-lipped, leading to a memory reset, and the entire cycle begins anew, starting from Rourke's visit to the psychologist, who turns out to be a division agent. Breaking the repetitive cycle, Rourke follows Nix to the bank in Austin after receiving information about an impending robbery. As the process resets, everyone searches for him, but he manages to evade capture by getting into a vehicle. Determined, he drives away, refusing to let anyone obstruct his path. Even when Diana attempts to compel him, her efforts prove futile. Ignoring Diana, Rourke drives away. Diana sends people after him, and Nick shows her Rourke's notebook, where he had written Delrain, which turns out to be a code for Deer Valley Lane, revealing Minnie's location. Arriving at the location, Rourke meets Thelma and Carl, the foster parents he had entrusted Minnie to. Meanwhile, River informs Diana and the other agents on the helicopter ride to Deer Valley Lane about the property ownership and the couple becoming foster parents 4 years ago. Diana sees a picture of a young Rourke with the couple. Carl questions Rourke about why he trusted them with Minnie, prompting him to go inside the house, where he discovers dominoes arranged by Minnie, leading him to his daughter. As Diana and the division agents arrive, Carl and Thelma warn them off, but Delrain orders them to be shot, resulting in their deaths. Despite Diana's plea for medical assistance, Delrain dismisses them, revealing they are not the primary targets. Rourke and Minnie come out of the house, and they are given an ultimatum to go back with the agents, or only Minnie will go. Rourke calls Minnie out, and a joyful reunion takes place. Minnie, however, warns Diana that what she sees is manipulated by the division, and she plans to bring her back. Realizing the house is an illusion, Delrain shoots at it, revealing the main house. Minnie uses her power to compel the agents into turning against each other. Delrain kills River, and Nix takes his own life, transforming the landscape into a desert. Carl and Thelma finish off the remaining agents. Realizing he is the last one standing, Delrain attempts to aim his gun at Minnie and Diana, who are in each other's embrace as Minnie works to restore her mother's consciousness. Diana, experiencing a vision, finds herself blindfolded and restrained, asking questions without receiving any answers. Suddenly, Minnie confronts Delrain and compels him to shoot himself, which he complies with. Diana is freed from her mind control. Rourke explains to Diana how they collaborated to protect Minnie from being weaponized by the division. They had mutually erased their memories to shield her, and now they are on the verge of being free from the division's influence. Boarding the helicopter with Thelma, they leave Carl behind. However, it is revealed that Carl is the one who is deceased, and Delrain, seemingly dead, picks up his gun.